Welcome to the How Good It Can Get podcast, where we dive deep into the transformative journey from surviving to thriving. Join me, your host, Andrea Rice, on this empowering exploration of mindfulness, spirituality, and unlocking your full potential. Let me show you just how good it can get. Welcome back to the How Good It Can Get podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Rice, and thank you everyone for tuning in. Whether you're a returning listener or first time, thank you. We really appreciate everyone who tunes in to take a listen. And today we have a special episode, and it's actually going to be a 5-part series, and it's anxiety's ripple effect on loved ones. We've talked about anxiety in the past and how it affects the person who has anxiety, but there's also a hidden aspect of anxiety, and that is how it impacts not only the person suffering, but their family members, their partners, their friends, their loved ones. And joining me here today to take part in this discussion is my partner and co-founder of How Good It Can Get, Chan Maragh. Chan, thank you for being here.
Thank you. This is very exciting. It's an aspect of anxiety no one talks about, or it's not spoken about as much. So it is an exciting series that we bring up for you guys.
Yeah, and this is a little different because these are going to be very short episodes. So there is a method to our madness. There is a reason behind it. So do you want to share a little bit about that?
Yes. So our purpose in creating short podcasts, using information in small amounts where it's easily digestible for our listeners, which will be helpful to understand and retain the information.
Right. And the purpose behind that is we really want you to take in the information. We don't want to bombard you with a lot of different things all at once. We're going to cover one question per episode so that you can really think about it, let it sink in. So let's go ahead and get started with our first question. So when someone that you're in a close relationship with struggles with anxiety, what's often the first most noticeable impact on those around them?
The biggest impact is feeling helpless, not being able to help your loved ones. You know, watching someone go through anxiety, stress, and the overthinking, it's really hard to see them go through that from my perspective because I never suffered from anxiety, which each day I become more grateful for that, especially understanding anxiety at this level versus when I first encountered it, which was with my ex-wife of 20 plus years. She suffered anxiety all of her life, and there's nothing I could do about it. My go-to was just stop. And that's not the case. You obviously cannot just stop anxiety. But at the time, I certainly didn't know better. So it did become frustrating and made me feel helpless.
And I think that's what makes this partnership with How Good It Can Get so unique is that, I suffered from anxiety for years and years. And it is very isolating. And I never really thought about the impact it had on others, but obviously there is an impact. And for someone like you coming from the other side of it, feeling the impact, seeing the impact, I mean, it really gives us a full understanding on both ends of the impact of anxiety. And that's why this series is called The Ripple Effect, because it really does not just affect the person who is suffering, it affects every single person around them.
That's right. I don't think someone suffering from anxiety even thinks about that because they're already bombarded with all the thoughts they have, just struggling to figure themselves out. You really don't even have time to realize or recognize the impact it has on your loved one, your partner, your children, friends. But it really makes us feel helpless.
And someone said, like, comparing it to someone who's drowning and you don't know how to swim. Is that what it felt like?
Yes, that's true. It's very hard for me because, again, back then I really did not understand anxiety. And I've actually apologized to her after I understood anxiety better. So looking back, maybe I should have learned about anxiety more instead of just thinking she can stop. Because typically, if we're doing something that's affecting us negatively, you just stop. But it's not that easy. And it can be fixed, but there's no quick fix.
I think that's very important what you just said. You can't just stop, but there are ways to defeat your anxiety. And that's why you and I came together to put together the Beyond the Couch 28-day challenge, which we've talked about on here before. But today and in this series, we really wanted to give a full perspective of the ripple effect of anxiety. So thank you for coming here today and sharing your experience, giving your perspective for someone on the other side of anxiety. So if you are suffering from anxiety, or anyone you know is suffering from anxiety, a loved one, a friend, family member, I think this is a very important series to listen to. So I hope you will join us next time when we come back and we talk more about the ripple effect of anxiety.
Yes, I think this will have a great impact on people living with anxiety to understand better how it will affect all the people that surrounds them, which is, again, as we said, a new perspective that's hasn't been spoken about much in the past.
All right. Thank you, Chan. And everyone, please join us next time as we continue on the ripple effect of anxiety.
You've been listening to the How Good It Can Get podcast. Remember, the power to transform your life is within you. So stay mindful, stay empowered, and keep embracing how good it can get.